What annoys me most is when I tell, people back home I'm playing overseas or I'm doing this, and they go, oh man, I feel you're lucky, you're on vacation. And I quickly stop and I say, it's not a vacation, trust me, it's not a vacation is something you do for a weekend, for a week, 2 weeks tops. If you got a lot of money, maybe a month. I'm here for 8, 9 months. This is a relocation, it's not a vacation.
Just living in a dream every day. Just living in a dream every day.
First year, I started my career in Turkey.
Israel, my first year.
Latvia. France.
I played in Spain.
The second 2 years, I was in San Sebastian, Spain.
Greece. I played some games in Russia. Israel.
My third season, I was in Turkey as well.
Third year, Italy.
In Italy.
And this year, my 5th year, I'm in Rome.
Typical tourist stuff right here. Riding a bicycle from the Coliseum all the way to the Pantheon.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Nah.
Yeah, I would.
Yes.
No.
No.
Tolga Geçim'in oyunda kaldığı süreleri nasıl değerlendiriyorsun? Bu arada
The atmosphere of the games is pretty good depending on what city or team you play.
The atmosphere of the fans, is depending on what city you're in, is amazing.
It kind of reminds me of college. Certain places that you go, the atmosphere is really great. The fans are, really into it.
Before the game, you warming up, they throwing like 20 rolls of toilet paper on the floor. And I'm asking myself, like, y'all know somebody gotta clean this up. Like, y'all know somebody gotta clean it up.
It gets pretty crazy with the horns, the crowd yelling at you, you don't know what they're saying, getting cussed out in different languages and stuff like that. Part of the way into the first quarter, our fans throw probably like a cluster of M80s at the other team's bench. So, they clear the bench, they're sitting at half court, then they just start throwing coins. They broke off like pieces of the toilets in the arena, pieces of the seats. They just start throwing all kind of stuff at them. As the game went on, we were losing, and so then they just got rowdy again. It was kind of crazy. They had bottles of urine and feces and were throwing them at the court. One of my boys actually got hit with a bottle.
I've grown to love it, man. I really enjoy playing overseas.
No.
No.
Not going there.
Nope.
No.
No.
The referees in Europe were very questionable.
I've heard a lot of stuff about referees getting paid off by certain teams to, get a certain team to win. But be it as it may, the officiating in the States, I think, is a little bit more efficient, consistent.
I think it's a little frustrating at times.
The referees are so different.
I actually had one guy tell me, the ref told him, hey, you're American, you're bigger, you're faster, you're stronger, you got to play through that stuff. And that's just something that, you're not used to hearing.
It's like you could tell people about it. You could tell people in America about it, and they may listen and be like, oh, the NBA referees are terrible, he sucks. Like, they have no idea.
It's a tough job being a referee, the game's moving so fast, and referees get a lot of negative publicity for the job that they do.
Better. I mean, some of the calls that they make is simple stuff, and I really don't know how they miss it. With that being said, you understand that no one's perfect, and we all make mistakes.
No.
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 Not a chance in the world.
Yes. No. Heard about what's going on right now. No.
It's Monday afternoon. I'm in the training room at the gym, about to get some treatment, some ultrasound. Teams overseas care about your injury as long as it doesn't jeopardize their season too much. If it's a minor injury where you sit out a month or two, okay, they don't have a problem with that.
Depends on the injury, some guys that have been lost for the season, you know, they end up getting them out of there and getting new guys in.
Last season I had a hamstring injury, but the team did rush me back.
I trust the doctors depending on what city I'm in. If I'm in, like, say we're in Rome right now, I'll trust the doctors here because it's, you know, it's a capital. You know, it's a big city, so some of the best doctors I think in the world are in our city.
My team, Locomotive, flew me to Germany. I went to Munich to see a really good doctor. And luckily for me, he says because I do a lot of stretching, because I'm very, my body can take certain hits, that it was just a grade 2 MCL sprain.
I would definitely get a second opinion in the States. I've heard so many bad things, unfortunately. I know there's a lot of good doctors out here, but, it's just something like, it's your career. You want to make sure you're doing the best and can get the best treatment, whatever, for yourself.
But I also have a doctor in the States, where I'll let them handle the situation here, and then once, if I was to get hurt, seriously injured or whatever, I definitely would let my doctor know in the States just to get a second opinion.
It's the business. It's the cost of the job. They trying to win as many games, and if you can't fulfill your duties, they're gonna get somebody else in here that can.
If it's gonna be a longer stretch of period, then they're probably gonna sign another American player, and then let's say that American player they bring in is playing really good, then they're gonna tell you, yeah, just rest your injury, or they might just tell you, we're gonna buy you out and send you on your way. So I mean, as long as your injury isn't too serious, then teams will care. But if it's long-term problems, then yeah, they're gonna get rid of you.
I only know once they tell me like that week prior, like this is a big game because we need to win, but because it's a lot on the line, bragging rights and shit. So it could be maligned.
Have I ever seen teams purposely get rid of American players? No.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I definitely seen teams, try to get rid of guys.
Have I heard horror stories? Of course. I think every player over here has.
I ain't gonna say his name, but it's been a player that played in Italy. He was going out before the game, going out, it just wasn't professional.
I've heard stories about teams, doing things to get rid of players that they really didn't want, or, putting them through things just to make them leave so they didn't really have to pay them all the money they owed them.
I mean, they're doing any and everything. They do anything from, keeping their car away from them, saying it's in the shop getting fixed.
When I was in Varese, the assistant coach called me a bitch. And like, it took everything in my power not to just go over there and snuff him in the face.
All right, it's 3:01 p.m. We're about to go hit up this Nike store and see if they got the 10s and the Jordans, the baby blue ones. I'm not a big Jordan person, but we just finished practice, and I want to see if they got them. If they got them, I'm going to get them. If not, no big deal. But hopefully they do, because usually, it's not a big rush to get these shoes out here. So let's go find out real quick.
In my off time, in order to kill time over here, I like to do a lot of photography and videography.
Now I'm studying the Italian language, so that takes up a good amount of my time.
I enjoy cooking,
Spend countless hours on the internet, on different websites.
PlayStation 4, 2K, Black Ops. I got all the movies. All the movies that come out, I get. Internet and shopping.
It's kind of hard because I'm in Orvieto and it's really nothing out there, but it's really nice out there. So I probably walk around, shop a little bit, but I like to come to Rome a lot.
I'm in a different situation because I have a family here, so whenever we get downtime, I just kind of like to explore the town and do as much of my family, since I don't get to see them as much with the 2-a-day practices and the long travel dates as we have.
In America, that's just unheard of. You're not going to go anywhere unless you got to connect 3 or 4 in the afternoon and get some Jordans and just walk out 5 minutes later. It just doesn't happen like that in America. But it did today here in Rome, so hope y'all jealous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice weather, man. I gotta go there.
You can go to Ball and Drexel because the
black chicks were the freakiest black chicks in the motherfucking world. And the white girls, man, the black chicks were freaks and the white girls were like.
When I first got overseas, I was just so focused. Like I don't think I went out that much until the first game.
The nightlife in Europe versus America is night and day, man. I actually, once I was done playing over there, I stopped going out over here in America just because of how much better it is.
My perception changed. It's like, man, you gotta enjoy life too. Like this is a job, but still gotta have some fun. Like you just can't be basketball. That's gonna run you crazy.
Some players, need to go out and need to get away and clear their minds in order to play well.
I'm young, I'm single. I mean, why wouldn't I go explore a new country that I just moved to or never been to?
These were massive clubs on the beach. They're going till 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Everybody's dressed up nice, the music's good. It's just a different vibe,
The nightlife is crazy in Europe, especially being an athlete and all.
The nightlife in Rome, from my perspective, is it's very nice. It's because they look at athletes in a different way. So we're able to get in for free. We're able to get drinks sometimes for free.
It's important because you have to be happy overall to deliver on the court. So I'm totally pro the nightlife.
Life is short anyways. I'm in a whole different country. Like I never thought I'd be, growing up, I never thought I'd be in Italy playing basketball, man. So I gotta embrace it, I gotta have fun, I gotta enjoy it. Because you just never know when it's gonna stop.
From all the experiences that I had in going out over there, European clubs and nightlife is way better.
When I was younger, like I used to go to all the hip hop little spots and stuff like that. And there'd be groupies everywhere.
It's easy to get labeled as a nightlifer more than a basketball player, and then that's gonna affect your earnings, your career, and it's never good to be labeled.
Okay, Lucky Luciano, what they call me, Pisano, El Panino.
I felt like the difference between American women versus European women, there's a difference in the dating scene.
Yeah, the women here, you got different type of flavors out here.
Oh, they different. Man, they're 1,000 times different, man. 1,000 times different.
You might see a brown-skinned chick with blue eyes, or you might because they so mixed, over here.
Oh, obviously over there they want to go for coffee. That's kind of like the precursor or the date, let's say. But it's more direct. Like if they like you, they like you. There's no games or hoops to jump through.
The European woman has no problem. They have no problem just catering to their man.
The values are a little bit lower, I would have to say, here than it is in the States. I don't know if it's because, we athletes or whatever, so it's a little bit easier for us to, do whatever we want to do. But
I went out with, some of the guys that were in town at the time. And, they were literally saying, hey, watch out for her, watch out for her. This girl, dates a lot of the American guys.
When I came overseas, that's when I did realize there are groupies everywhere.
I have a saying, American women want green money, European women want green cars.
Really, all they looking for is a come up. One of these stupid dudes to come out, go out there and wipe one of them up, and they ain't got, they going to America. You know what I'm saying? They might not have no way to get to America, but shoot, they find one of these dumb dudes to wipe them up and then bring them back. Shit, that's all they looking for.
Not all of them, but that's the saying. It just sounds really good, so I just go with it. But that's the same.
When I was single in Europe, I wouldn't say that I was looking to date a European woman.
I think I can. I think I can. I just don't know if I will.
I cannot see myself marrying a European woman. I just can't see it. There's nothing wrong with it. That's just my preference. She gotta be special.
Now, I can say this now. I can't say it at the time, but love is love. If you find somebody that you really care about, then that's what it is. It just happens.
Cause I've been playing in Europe, like I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled now. Like it just some things I expect now. Like
I see him outside. I said, "Oh, basketball." He said, "Yes, of course, man." Yeah. Oh, I said that. Maybe. Nah, welcome to Roma, man.
Yeah, thank you. I've been for a while.
I think American players are pretty much safe wherever they go.
I have never felt endangered over here, just maybe because I'm a large woman. No one really tries to start anything with me.
I know an incident when a player was in Russia. It was actually trying to leave the country, trying to leave the team. And somehow I think the team got word of it or someone seen him or something. When he got to the airport, they took his passport and told him to go back to his house or whatever. So I guess that was pretty scary for him.
Oh, I felt one time in danger overseas when I was in Israel when they had bombings out there.
Like I can dodge like basketball, but I ain't dodge no bombs, buddy.
I was in Tel Aviv, so I couldn't really feel it, but you can hear it. And they were just having bombs out there, so people that was close to the border had to go into their shelters. And I know some teammates, I mean not some teammates, but some of my friends that was close to the borderline had to go in shelters, and their buildings be shaking, or they had to stop practice.
Back in 2007, there was a guy named Tony Harris. He got killed in Brazil. Supposedly he committed suicide, but the facts still weren't unknown. A lot of people said he had mental problems, or the day of he went missing, he was very anxious and nervous and wanted to go home. And he was found hanging from a tree.
My first year in Turkey, they had caught an Al-Qaeda terrorist cell about 2 hours from my location. So for a little while, there was a travel advisory for Americans in that region.
Also in 2011, there was a guy named Chauncey Hardy who played for Sacred Heart. He got killed in Romania following a team win.
Some smaller places in Italy that they are in danger because of the girls. That may happen. So you gotta handle that.
He put his American baseball cap on one of the local girls there, and I guess her boyfriend was in the club, and some of his friends didn't approve of that, and they got into a fight in the club, and he got beat up pretty bad, which led to him being in a coma, and he died soon afterwards.
But that's how it is, when you play in certain locations.
We only have about 10 or 11 games left in the season, and when you start losing consecutive games, like the teams, the coaches, everybody gets nervous. They crack down on, you got to be on time now, or you probably must be going out, or you guys are being selfish. You're not following to the team game plans, and they start pointing the finger more at you because they're not going to take the blame for it.
What would I tell a person trying to play overseas?
That it's not as easy as it looks.
If you want to play overseas, man, whatever they brought you in to do that.
You got to be willing to adapt. Whether you like it or not, if you want to be successful and make a good living within this job, you've got to be willing to adapt.
I mean, it looks like it's fun and it's somewhere to travel, that you don't have to practice as much or go as hard as you do in college, but you could get cut easily.
You just got to come be prepared to work. They're going to work you. They're going to get everything out of you. They're going to expect a lot from you. But if you come here with the right mindset, you definitely can have success here.
If you was a scorer, score the ball. If you was a rebounder, rebound the ball. If you was a defensive player, defend your butt off. Because don't come over here trying to be something that you're not.
Make sure you have a good agent and you're in a good situation, and then you have a great time.
I tell them to have an open mind and be patient.
The advice I would give to a rookie or someone that comes overseas for the first time is to find a good agent that gives him the best advice, doesn't just try to make us the sale.
Don't let nobody tell you you can't. And always, if you have a goal, do whatever it takes by any means necessary to accomplish your goal. And then and stay humble, because that's what it's all about, in my opinion, staying humble.
What advice I would give to an American wanting to play overseas? Watch this documentary.
Basketball Jones. Basketball Joyce.
Basketball Jones.
Basketball Jones.
Basketball Jones.
Basketball Jones overseas journey, G-Bar.
They'll just send them home. Hey man, how many questions we got, dog? I'm starving.